a 2-week wild camping adventure here in the province of Quebec. I'm going to be heading out to the Gaspé, out to the ocean, so I'll take you along on my journey. So this is the first beautiful campsite that we have. Came into here in the pitch dark at 8 o'clock last night. Supposed to be a 3-hour journey to get here. Turned out to be 7. Had horrible weather. Saw a tornado driving here and huge hail. And yeah, it was a little terrifying. So traffic delays, you name it, flooding, just by Montreal there. So it was kind of crazy. So anyway, glad to be here, but set up in the dark last night. And I woke up to this beautiful sight. This is the tent set up here. Some really nice cots for this trip. It's 2 weeks on the road. Kind of a little table. And this is essential. This mat, this ground is all sand. So it kind of keeps things clean. And look at this view. This is car camping. It's a beautiful morning. Very humid out. Already been for a little hike. Just exploring around. Today we'll probably go and check out some waterfalls. Gonna be making some eggs here this morning. Got some garlic butter to start the day off right. You can see this is the tent. This is camping in style. This is a Viver, just a gazebo tent. Later I'll show you the setup, but here we are. The banks of this beautiful tributary of the Gentilly River. Trout. Whoa, slippery. You can see it's a beautiful river here. Tried my hand a little bit of trout fishing this morning, but I don't think the trout are biting yet. It's just beautiful all in here. And now I'm just gonna make a little bit of turkey bacon. Love this little tiny Martin single burner stove. Works out pretty good. Quick and easy to pack away, like 30 bucks. Delicious. So literally I went crazy and I got all these Mylar bags and I dehydrated everything, brought in everything for 2 weeks. So basically, well, this is skim milk powder. Didn't make that, bought that, but I got these little dry packs off Amazon, these Mylar bags. All through here, save for the cereal and the marshmallows. So all through here is like tons and tons of dehydrated food. It's not to say I didn't bring some fresh stuff, but like for example, I did like all this broccoli and stuff. It's great. Brought things like zucchini. This is like an entire red pepper kind of thing. So you can really kind of mix and match and make your meals. Royce has got his new Browning adventure coat. As you can see, it goes all the way, has a little chest plate on it. I got this at Cabela's. Before we headed out, his other one he destroyed. So this one's pretty heavy duty and very visible. So when he's poking around, you can see where he's at. One thing about this park which is really cool is there's lots of trails. So we're gonna head down the waterfall trail now and have a look. Looks like it'll be pretty steep going. It's very cool. Beautiful day today, clouds and sun. Some thunderstorms potentially today, but we're hoping to dodge those. They look to be south of us, not like we went through yesterday. Very cool. I mean, this river does have a lot of white water there. Lots of fun. Lots of tannins. You can see the brown color. That's just from all like the pine needles and everything like that decomposing in the water. Well, this is really nice. It looks like the main attraction here. It's a little relaxation campsite. And then over here is the falls. And I bet you could swim here, have some lunch. Ooh, this looks awesome. It's so quiet. This park is amazing. There's barely anybody here. It's like basically end of August. And it's a little south of some of the major cities in Quebec. So this is perfect. This is lovely. That'd be great swimming. Well, I stand corrected. You can't do that here. And we're at the end of August, so of course the colors are changing out here. This is beautiful. That beautiful red maple. There's so many mushrooms throughout the forest in here. It's just amazing. This fall is going to be fabulous for mushroom foragers. Well, just finished a wonderful day here at the park, and yes, I am bringing boxed wine. This is it's going to be really delicious and safe to transport in the box. Got a lovely fire going here tonight down by the site here at the river. Look at that little spark arrestor, isn't that cute? That's really nice design by the parks there. Not bad. Not bad at all. And also before I left, I picked this up at Cabela's as well. It is a Reliance Rhino pack, 5.5 gallon water tank. You'll just notice that it's really narrow and space is at the premium right now in the vehicle with all the gear. Kind of pours out like a gas can. So this little part right here, you can pour it into we got our 1.4 liter Nalgene's. It's for daily use, but it's basically you take this off, you flip this around just like a gas can and screw this back on. So as we go along, we'll be just getting some fresh water, but we're always traveling with at least 5.5 gallons of fresh water. This is the time of year with a lot of poisonous amanitas out. These ones are fly agaric. I've also seen some destroying angel and panther amanitas. So be careful with kids and dogs, and don't eat mushrooms. You have no idea what they are. Well, look at this. That's a beautiful mushroom. Edible as well. I'm growing some of these on logs of the cabins. We'll have to see how they're doing this year. Well, here's a beauty, another wild edible. This is a lobster mushroom. Yeah, it's kind of gross and old, but yeah, that red color. Cool, it's the time of year for them. This is day 2 of CN being told to go back on the job. We're just heading to our next location, and now there's firefighting all along the train tracks at llthewildyamll, Quebec. We're seeing fires everywhere. I don't know what is going on. Wow. Just pulled over at the Pocaterre Beach here, extremely windy. I'm gonna make some supper. We've got another 2-hour drive, so I got the greatest thing. I saw it with Camping with Steve. It's kind of like a little, it looks like a little lunch pack, but it's got a hot plate in it, so it will cook your meal while you're on the road. Let's look at it. So here's dehydrated tomatoes and beans. So you're gonna kind of rehydrate them. Everything we have, a lot of it is dehydrated food I made beforehand. And then this is what we're gonna use. It's this little container here. It folds down flat to store, but inside of it, it's got a hot plate. This heats up and cooks your dinner or your lunch. So got this on a whim on Amazon, and it's been worth it. So when we're about a couple hours out and it's near supper time, we just put the food in there, and then it gets basically plugged in. And it comes with this plug, or you can plug it into the wall. So this just sits in the wheel well right here. And then you plug this in. And then this will heat up and you'll be ready for supper in a couple hours. All right, we've arrived at the next place. Just through those woods there is Lake Temiscouata. So it's a beautiful spot, a little different. And as you can see, opened up the heater, like the little oven here. And this is nice and hot and rehydrated. This is the only thing that was made. This was just rice with some onions. This is like parboiled rice, so it took like literally no time at all. Does not look good. I just mix it with the rice and we are good to go. It's a super long day on the road. I don't know about those like fires by the CN rail. That was pretty wild. Supposed to get a big storm tonight. We'll find out. Got the tent all battened down, so it should be okay. So far, really happy with all the gear we have. We're super comfortable. Feels like you're kind of in a hotel. It's kind of what you want when you're going 2,600 kilometers on a trip. Well, we've been trying to pick campsites along the way as we're driving, and it's kind of tricky because in Quebec, a lot of the parks don't allow dogs, or you're extremely restricted to where you can go with dogs. Which is kind of, I mean, I get it, but it's still, you know, it's unfortunate. We can't explore some of the cooler areas because they will not allow a dog in it. The New Brunswick side, I think, will be a little bit easier. So on the way back, we'll probably stop in New Brunswick at one of their provincial parks there. I'm hoping to get to Sugarloaf. That'll be fun. So yeah, last park that we were at there, very dog friendly, but it's more of a regional kind of private park. So a little bit different. There are like certain trails dogs are allowed on. We're hoping to find some really cool ones for tomorrow. Here's a beautiful Lake Temiscouata. It's gorgeous. We're in an area where the Appalachian Mountains are, which is really neat. So seeing a lot of different kind of geology here, which I'm not used to seeing. Some little mountains are like just like these little like random bumps, you know, in the landscape, and then there's some that are in like chains of mountains. So it's pretty cool. Well, good morning. The sun is out, and it was a cool night. I've got my little Cabela's hoodie. It is so warm. It is a gorgeous day. Last night it rained and rained and rained. We also got like an inch and a half of rain last night. The tent, it held up, you know, pretty well waterproof. There's a couple areas where there's a bit of ingress, but not that bad. Not that bad, so I can't complain. Now I'm just started to make some breakfast. Some eggs again. Site's not bad. Lake's down there. Actually found the beach this morning. Royce took me on a little walk and insisted we go on this one particular path, and sure enough, there was a beach down there. So it's really beautiful. Lots of picnic tables and stuff like that. The llthewildyamll Park, it's very nice. One thing to be aware of is that the Trans-Canada Highway actually is on the other side of the lake. So unfortunately at times when the rain wasn't pouring, you could actually hear the Trans-Canada Highway. I ran into that when I camped, you know, we were going through like, it was like Banff, or there's somewhere, Icefields, Gaspé, there's somewhere you could hear the highway noises pretty loudly one time that we were camping. So just be aware of that. I mean, it's a beautiful park, but you do hear some of the noises of the city. In addition to my usual bacon and eggs, I'm having cereal today. I brought powdered milk and some cereal, so I like to have some carbs with my protein. The plan this morning is to go on a bit of a hike while everything dries out, so I need some energy. Well, now that the campsite's all tidied up, because we're just here for a day, just going to go on a little hike here up one of the little mountains and see what we can see around here. It's a gorgeous day. Going to be a high of 16, so kind of cool after all that rain. So perfect day to hike. The breeze is nice, so I still got my little sweatshirt on. A lot of beautiful trails here. I find with the CPAC trails, they do a nice job with just like very fine crushed gravel. It's just beautiful nature here, very lush. It's been a good year for lots of rain. The mushrooms are everywhere. Just beautiful hiking in here. Can't say enough about these parks. So I'm seeing this mushroom everywhere. This is a beautiful Lactarius thynos, because there are a lot of cedars around here. It's an orange latex when you break the cap. This is a lovely edible mushroom when cooked. Here's another wild edible. This is painted Suillus. Lots of it too. This is so fresh. Just came up after these rains. Yummy. So that's Lake Temiscouata right there. Big lake actually. It's huge. I think it's like 40 kilometers long. So lots of activities on there. I think there's power boats and things, and yeah, it's neat. These trails are pretty rugged. Beautiful though. This mushroom is really cool. It's called the scaly philiota. Look at that. All the way down. It's like little spikes. Not edible. Well, here's a view from the top. Little harbor. Like I said, this lake is quite long. Campground somewhere over there at that point to the left. Well, after a 3-hour plus drive, we've made it. This is where we are, in the middle of nowhere. Basically, this is a wildlife preserve of Montaigne, and it's gorgeous. We drove in basically a 45-kilometer road, bush road, to get in here. This is a wildlife reserve, so people do hunt in here and stuff like that, but it is just like absolute solitude. There are a few campsites here, which is really nice, but this is going to be a great experience. You can see lynx and bear and moose. Right now we've got a little show put on for us with the loons, so it's just gorgeous. This is our site right here on Trout Lake. Oh yeah, let's go look at the loons over here. Well, it's a beautiful night, and I've got a fire going. Natural darkness out here. You can hear the loons in the distance. trees flickering a little bit there, the flames. It's been a great trip so far. Lots of driving, but making our way across the Gaspésie, about halfway now. Next little bit we'll be at the ocean side for 3 days. We've got 2 days here at this wildlife preserve, so might do a little bit of hiking tomorrow too. Just doing a quick little axe head repair. Morning, the handle had jiggled a little bit loose, so just tightening that up for safety purposes. It's a gorgeous day today. I think it's about 20 degrees, no humidity. Actually, it's quite warm in the tent this morning because it acts like a little bit of a greenhouse, and you know, kind of all the sun kind of beats in. We're a south-facing campsite, so basically the sun comes in, heats it up in the morning. So even though it was cool, it was lovely. Yeah, it's a gorgeous day today. I think on today's agenda, we'll be heading out to take a look at Lac Matain. Hopefully that's how you say it. The one, some beautiful mountains in the background. So we're gonna do that and maybe hike a little bit on the Appalachian Trail. So these are the Appalachian Mountains, and the Appalachian Trail goes through the Parc de Gaspésie and this wildlife preserve. So that'll be pretty neat. It's a really nice spot. Dogs are allowed anywhere here, apparently. We asked at the gatehouse, and so we can go on any trail with him with no restrictions as long as he's on a leash. Well, I've made it to beautiful Lac Matain. Just gorgeous here. Very windy today. I'm going to head out now on the Appalachian Trail. It'll be really cool. Appalachian Trail is very long through the Appalachian Mountains. We've seen some people kind of come out, and you can tell they've been camping for a long time out here. So gorgeous day to do this, so nice and cool, and beautiful scenery here in the wildlife preserve. Well, here we are venturing out onto a section of the Appalachian Trail. Just a narrow little footpath through some of the country's most beautiful forests. Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of wildlife other than really cool birds and stuff. There's nighthawks out last night. They were getting some insects and whatnot. Evidence of that hoof was pretty cool. I've yet to see a moose. I mean, seen one deer in about 1,500 kilometers of driving, which is kind of funny. I wanted to see much more than that. So we'll see if we see anything. Who knows? It's definitely here. Probably have to get up and drive at like 4 a.m. to find them. So in here is all the oh, it's tricky to lift up. So in here you can see there's people's resupplies, and there's also fuel in here. You can imagine if you're doing a lot of hiking, you want to get your food and all that kind of stuff. So that's a really cool way. I didn't know Canada Post just drops your package off right there with all your stuff. Lots of different ways to go here. We'll just go towards Lac Matain. Appears that you can also camp along here too. There's probably little campsites and dry toilets and stuff, so the trail stays pretty clean. Well, being in the Appalachian Mountains, I think there's 2 rules. 1, don't whistle. And 2, if you hear something, no you didn't. That's what I've learned from Appalachia TikTok. So, you know, there's a lot of, hey, Gary and I should do a session out here, right? It'd be kind of interesting. But I don't know if I'd want to find out who came through on those sessions. So along the trail, there are these campsites. Really neat. We'll take a look at the views off these platforms. This is like smelling all the smells in here for sure. Hey, what's going on? This is a view from the top of the platform. It's a really far drop down. You do not want to make the mistake of stepping off the edge of this at night. It's a great little spot here. View of the lake. There's a little dry toilet between those 2 trees up in the distance. So right now I'm inside a beautiful little cabin with just some bunk beds on an awesome view of the lake. It's been built out here. Probably if there's bad weather, you know, we need to stay in this kind of a shelter. It's like a little screen that can kind of come down. You can look out, but it can protect you. So I'm pretty sure stuff gets pretty nasty different times of year here. And there's the information there. Apparently the trail is at 463 to 365 kilometer marker. It's all the info you need to know what you know how to do. Royce is convinced we're camping here, but we aren't allowed to keep him here. We're not even allowed to be here until after 3 p.m., but it's just a place to kind of explore. Let's look at the water. What a gorgeous view. Well, look what I found. It's like a piece of hoof. It's wild. Very cool. Look at how beautiful and crystal clear this water is. I'm going to try my hand at a little bit of trout fishing here. I bought a daily license. I have a Quebec fishing license, but I don't have a provincial park license, so I just bought one for the day to do a little bit of trout fishing. There's a couple rivers here that you can fish for trout. This is one of them. License is specific to where you're fishing. So I don't have a license for this river per se, so I'm just going to head, I just pulled over to look at it because that was pretty cool. Crystal clear and all. But yeah, they put little flags sort of around where you can fish, or there's little pools obviously for the trout. So this is a beautiful little area. It's like mountainous clear water. It's amazing. So I'm going to head back to the site, get my fishing stuff, and go to one of the little rivers where I can do my fishing. Alright, so I'm walking up this trout river here. It's really shallow. I've only really seen some trout up by the dam up that way. Kind of nibbled at my lure, which is kind of cool. But they're not biting, so I'm kind of want to hike through all this brush. It's lots of shrubs beside me here. I went through a whole bunch of like raspberries and stuff, whistling as loud as I could because I was afraid there's bears in there. So anyway, that's what the water looks like. Lots of stuff to get snagged up on. So we'll see. We get deeper in down this river in the woods. It's beautiful in here. Ooh, slippery rocks, that's for sure. A little cool in there, but I don't really see anything. Some trees down. Gosh, it sure is nice in here. Super rugged. This is neat. Pays to drive off the road for a while, find these cool places. Well, when the trout fishing is slow, you look for other cool things. I feel like this must be some kind of a fossil. Looks pretty cool. Just kind of looking all around here. So far the only trout I'm seeing are some bigger ones down by the dam, and then like little 1-inch trout along where I've been walking. Just temporarily changing gears for fossils. Well, I'm back at the main pool. It's behind me there. And you can see about 6 or 7 inch fish occasionally coming up from the depths, and I've got about 3 or 4 bites. So, I don't know. Nothing yet. Maybe I'll try later. Well, finally I got a little trout! Oh my god! This is so exciting! Well, I got a little trout. I'm so excited. I'm going to put him back in the water. That was awesome. Well, I went back after supper. It's like 6:30, and I use this. I have this little wee number 2 Achaidh. It hit right away after I cast. I'm pretty excited. I just put him back because realistically, there's not that many around here, so I leave him for someone else to find the joy that I found just getting that fish today. Take a look at this. This is amazing. This is a little river in here, a little mountain river, in the middle of the park. Goes on forever. It's so awesome. Looking for fossils and stuff. I think there's stuff in here for sure. Like that's something for sure. All through here, it's like that stuff. Neat. Gosh, you could just spend forever. This park is huge. Just poking around. I bet you'd see some wildlife out here too. He's cold. Woo!